Bonjour and bienvenue à Ultimate Racing League. Je m'appelle Panic at Le Tesco et je suis un canard. And we are here at Alsace Village. That is the end of my French for the second of two races from our Porsche versus Ferrari Championship. If you didn't catch out that first race, go check it out now. This is a reverse grid race, so we'll be going through the grid in reverse order of who finished where for our boys in League 2 of that Porsche versus Ferrari Championship. So let's cue the music and begin our grid walk.
Starting on pole position, it is the purple Porsche of Hoyland, followed by Pudding Flaps, our newcomer from the last race. Then we've got Rufus, who once again had a dodgy race, and then we have got Farrick in the Ferrari, followed by Labillion in the number 23 Ferrari. Then it is Ninky in his Porsche, followed by championship leader Carlsberg. Then it is Shushu in the number 8 Porsche, followed by Stealth, whose livery hasn't loaded. I'm really sorry about that. Then it's IQCW4, and he is followed by Frank in the number 25 Ferrari. Then it is Peris, who has finally got a livery on that Ferrari. Then Mighty Kid bringing up the back row, but our race winner from last time round, it is Captain Panic himself, Tiddy Milk in the number 4 Ferrari. There you go, that is your grid. So ladies and gentlemen, get ready to start your engines.
The lights come on. We are on 4 lights, 5 lights, and Hoyland rolls backwards, but it won't count as a false start, and he is away, but Pudding Flaps immediately gets a better start. Hoyland starting slightly further behind than he needed to because he didn't put that handbrake on, as Rufus then holds the inside through the first corner but switches to the outside. He's out on the grass, keeps it planted, manages to hold on, but it's compromised him. That gives Ninky the opportune moment to come around the outside as we go down into turn 2. The Pudding Flaps, they're out in the lead. And we've got 3-4 cars wide. Farrick gets a slight hit off Shushu, who immediately slows down and lets him go. Let's have a look then. So IQ has made it through relatively unscathed out of all of that. I think he's going to take 5th place maybe into... No, he's going to lose a place maybe into turn 5. No, he manages to hold on though, just by the skin of his teeth. Rufus then, lucky boy, riding out on that grass on turn 1, but he's put it in the past now. Hoyland has already got past Pudding Flaps though. We missed that, but Hoyland then leading the race. Rufus putting some pressure onto Pudding here. Yes, I wonder what kind of pudding it is. I'm going to go with Yorkshire, as Ninky there, a bit on his own. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. Who is it? I think it was just a fake yellow flag, actually. Oh, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was Hoyland, and I think he's already quit. I think he's just thrown the controller in the bin, because he's just disappeared. Yes, he's got out on the grass, span round several times, and what's he done then? Is he still on the track? I don't know. He's got going. No, he hasn't rage quit. He just fell down to last place, and Shushu did as well. So didn't last long for Hoyland, I'm afraid. And that's what that yellow was. In fact, the reason I didn't see what the yellow was there, it was so far off the track on the outside of the hairpin. Now then, Frank and IQ are going to be having a battle. Now that I will pay to see. These two seem to be very quick around here, the pair of them, as IQ actually having to defend a little bit from Stealth. Stealth is on the soft tyres, so a bit of a lap time offset between the two. Those soft tyres will be very good for a couple of laps. We saw in the last race they'll be good for 5 laps. As IQ now putting pressure on Frank, and he's looking to the inside here, and he's got him. Now Frank's gone out onto the outside there and span. I don't think that was anything to do with IQ though. Let's just go back and double check. But I didn't see any contact there, and I didn't see him forcing him wide. I think, oh, there was a bit of contact there, but there was ample opportunity for Frank to bail out there. That contact wasn't what sent him off. That was just staying on the throttle, I'm afraid. I just need to quickly grab a drink because I've got a very dry throat. I talk too much. The old mouth does get a motoring on these commentaries. Right, where were we? So, we see IQ up into 4th place then. Rufus still having a look at Pudding here. It looked like he was going to have him already, but I think just couldn't quite get the overtake done, as now he's got a great chance here, but he's just on the wrong side of him. He needed to be going to position up the inside there for the hairpin. Never going to pass around the outside of a hairpin unless you're Kamui Kobayashi. And last time I checked, his name's Rufus, not Kamui. Actually, you know, the hairpin here is very similar to the Suzuka one. That's what I was referencing there with Kamui Kobayashi. It kind of is a similar hairpin in that it's banked, and you want to sort of throw your car into the banking. Anyway, so Carlsberg then in 7th place. Where is Mighty Kid? Where is Tiddy Milk? He's 2 places behind on the mediums, whereas Carlsberg's on the softs. I'm just thinking of championship. I think Tiddy kind of blew his championship comeback chances in the last race, to be honest. But you never know. Carlsberg could have a few shockers. We don't have many races left of the championship now, so we are running out of time for Tiddy to raise a challenge. The fight for 3rd place is still very tight, as I understand, between Rufus and I think Mighty Kid. Oh, Rufus out wide. Oh, he lives another day. He's done that twice now, 2 different corners. And I do notice that Rufus just keeps his foot in it whenever the car starts to understeer, but he's getting away with it tonight. Now, Dirty Tyres has given Ninky the opportune moment here to pop a car up the inside. Look at those dirty tyres on Rufus's car, not biting through the bowl at all. Now, Ninky's got the inside, but it'll soon become the outside. So, can he... Rufus has missed his braking point in classic style there. And I think IQ just getting out of it, just saying, I'm not going to be the target of that torpedo. But Rufus has got damage on the front right there. It won't really compromise him too much, but IQ threading his way through. Got into 3rd place now for IQ, with Ninky there now in 2nd place, profiting from all of these problems. The real benefactor here is Pudding Flaps. Well, he is on the soft tyres. And comparing his lap time, so he is quite a way off the lap time that Frank set on the softs in the first race, about 1.5 seconds off the pace. So I'm not expecting Pudding to stay there in 1st place. Some of these guys, once they go onto the soft tyres, I think will start hunting him down. In fact, they might even start hunting him sooner, because those softs will only last 1 more lap. Around here. It is a track that is exclusively made of corners. The French, they didn't own a ruler the day they were making this track. They forgot it, as IQ setting a purple 2nd sector there as well, or is that the 1st sector? I can't count. Anyway, setting a purple sector. It is the 1st sector, isn't it? It's quite a long sector actually, at 40 odd seconds. He's going to the inside here. In fact, he's not going for the pass there, it's just the faster line is to take the inside. He's got an overlap here on Ninky, who's actually just got out of it, actually. Ninky just maybe panicking a little bit on the way through the bowl there. And now he's pinned to the outside. It's a repeat of the last lap, and Rufus still hasn't got that braking right. He's done that 2 laps in a row. Just way too late on the brakes. It's not a corner where you can dive bomb, and not around the outside. I'm sorry, but I don't want to. Again, I don't want to be too harsh, but that's not an overtake. That is not an over. There's a way to do that, and that was not it. That's where I'll leave it at. Anyway, he's paying the price for it now, unfortunately. As IQ then is now facing just 1 car between him and the lead of the race. I do think it's IQ's race to lose here. And a 1:54.3, that was even faster than his time on the mediums in the first race. Carlsberg becomes the first person to pit, and yeah, he does use those tyres. I've just noticed there is a Tesco sponsor on there. Good man. Yeah, do like that. Need another drink here. He's remembered to put fuel in it this time. That's good. I've just noticed Tesco sponsor on the roof as well. Let's have a look at that Tesco sponsor on the roof. Can I see it? Ah, it says Tesco, every little helps, but I can't see what the top bit says. Does that say panic? Panic at the Tesco. It does. It says it on his roof. I didn't notice that when I was doing the grid walk. Ah, you legends. I don't know if I had to pick between Carlsberg and Tiddy, who I like the most. You need even more Tesco sponsors on the cars, lads. Just every inch of the car needs to say Tesco, and then I'll know which one I like the most. As Stealth's front right tyre, by the way, here appears to be sponsored by Vaseline, because look at the condition of that thing. It is seriously blistered. Yeah, that's where I was going with that reference. Anyone with a dirty mind can just get lost. And he literally can no longer turn right. He's Zoolandering his way around. We've got a yellow flag. Who is it? Oh, and it is Pudding Flaps. He has lost the back end. He has had a flappy pudding moment. Now, what does he do? He's very close to IQ here. And what he does is he just nearly kills IQ. How he didn't murder IQ there, I don't know. That was... there was just a Swedish meatball in between them there. Paris up into second place. Now, Paris is also fast around here. I was very impressed with his pace in the first race, even if I wasn't impressed with his antics. I don't think IQ's going to walk away with this. We'll have to see what sort of lap times Paris can do in clear air. As Ninky also keeping in this race as well, keeping it consistent. These are the two, though. This is the one that we've got to really watch. Is Tiddy. I'm just looking at the other guys. Yeah, so Tiddy needs to close in on Carlsberg in the championship. Carlsberg's already pitted, so we need to see where Tiddy comes out once he's fitted those soft tyres. Yeah, so let's see if there's any battles happening. Let's also look at the rear of the grid. So Rufus, yeah, he's having a nightmare, isn't he? He's having an absolute nightmare. He has managed to make the soft tyres last very long, but I guess they don't wear as much when you drive on the grass. That was harsh. Behave, Panic. Be nice. I bully everyone equally, okay? I do. I bully everyone equally. Look at this battle here. Farrick on Stealth. Now this looks spicy. This is Scotland versus Scotland, and Farrick trying to invent a pass there by teleporting through the barrier. It's not the normal way to go past, but it was worth a try. I just don't know how to be nice, do I? He's gained a lot on the exit here on Stealth, so let's see what happens into the new hairpin. We've called this one the new hairpin, the other one's called the old hairpin. as we climb the hill. That was actually pretty smooth. That was quite nice there. He found that inside really nice. What's it going to be like down the hill? Let's go for the nose camera down the hill. Oh, very good car control, catching that slide really well. That's what you have to do there, because the track is so steep there that the car is always going to slide 4 wheels through there. And he anticipated that very well. Now, not too early on the accelerator there. That'll be why he's losing a bit of time compared to the front runners. Is how early you get on the accelerator there. Massively changes your speed all the way through this section and down into this next braking zone under the banner here. Some of these corners can be quite difficult to know what to do because the track here is so wide and undulating. Very complex corner geometries here. See there, not using the outside of the track. Could have kept more forwards momentum there, but he's not the only one who's doing that. Oh, and he's hit the barrier. And there we go, we've seen a mistake. Now let's see if there's any battles happening further up the grid. So IQ has dropped off his lap times a bit. Those tyres now starting to look a little bit worn. And he definitely needs to take them through to about lap 7's the earliest I think he can pit. Lap 8 probably would be better. And I have a really dry throat now. Sorry about that. So Paris there looked like he got a little bit wide into that barrier on the exit of the final corner. And a 56.2, that could be part of the reason why. Ninky having a great race here. Again, no mistakes from Ninky. Not the fastest lap times, but they're consistent. And that's the first thing that you need to be achieving around here. Let's see if he can stay consistent when Mighty Kid was 2 seconds a lap faster over the last 2 laps. So Mighty Kid with the pace here, same tyres, just Mighty Kid enjoying this track a little bit more. But he's got to get past Ninky. Is Ninky going to make a mistake with Mighty Kid in the mirrors? I don't know. I'd be surprised, because Ninky is one of those drivers who just doesn't feel the pressure like others do. It's probably why he doesn't end up in as many videos, because he doesn't make as many mistakes. But let's see then, is Mighty Kid going to be able to make his way through? So far we're not seeing signs of that extra pace that Mighty Kid's got. He's not been throwing moves on Ninky here, but they are following. He's following within, say, a second. He will be in the slipstream. Not that the slipstream here doesn't make any difference. Is he going to have a better exit through the hairpin? Oh, he's actually a bit out wide. Let's see if there's any battles happening up and down. But it looks like everyone's actually in space here. I mean, outer space, I mean just on the track. Yeah, this is actually the closest battle, and Mighty Kid has fallen back a little bit on the way up the hill there as well. IQ becoming the first of the medium runners to pit. Ninky is gonna follow him as well. Paris following him, and Mighty Kid following him. So, are we gonna see different fuel loads going into the car? Let's see. So we have got 82 for IQ. But Paris only putting in 55. So look at that then. That has brought Paris onto the back of IQ. But IQ with a lot more fuel. I think IQ might have overfueled that a little bit actually. He's only got to go for possibly 5 laps. That does look a little bit more than 5 laps of fuel to me. But we need to see what happens at the end of the race. Paris might have to do some fuel saving throughout the laps, but it has given him what he needs, which is a chance to battle for the lead. As we then go back to Frank, and actually look at this though, so Frank hasn't pitted, whereas Mighty Kid has, and Mighty Kid actually got past Ninky somewhere on that lap, Was it in the pits? Let's have a look. I think it must have been. So whilst I was comparing fuel loads here, let's have a look at what Ninky puts in. Let's have a look at what Mighty Kid puts in. So Ninky is on 64, Mighty Kid on 53. And there you go. So Mighty Kid out of the pits in front of Nink. And again, some fuel saving. Maybe half a tank is right, because Mighty Kid's done it as well. Yes, then let's... Oh, which battle do we watch? Paris on IQ? I think we should. This will be interesting because, again, IQ, I think he's been one of the unluckiest drivers. He's been involved in a lot of accidents that weren't his own making, and it's very rare that I see him have an accident of his own. I think this will be an interesting one to see whether one of our most aggressive drivers in Paris, based on what I've seen, can get past one of our most consistent drivers, because I doubt that IQ is going to make a mistake and open the door. I think IQ is just looking at his apexes and doing what he's practiced doing. He's doing what he's trained to do. But look at this though, Paris seems to have better pace on these soft tyres. He's, well, yeah, he got a better exit there, that's for sure. Going back here, so Frank causing a bit of a traffic jam here on worn medium tyres against new softs. Now, Mighty Kid, I don't think he can make a pass down the hill here. The braking zone just isn't long enough. So he's going to have to live behind Frank until Frank pits, and he'll hope it's this lap. Let's see. Is Frank going to peel into the pit? Oh, Frank's hit the barrier. But he does, I think, peel into the pits. He does, yes. As we go back to our battle. Let's just see again if there's anything else happening. Well, in all of this, actually, so Tiddy's come out of the pits in 6th place. And he's behind Carlsberg, so there's a championship move coming up here between 5th and 6th. We need to keep an eye on that. I think at this stage Rufus is going to be out of the running for 2nd in the championship. He's had some disastrous results in the last 3 races, and I think they're all self-inflicted, I'm sorry to say. Talking of self-inflicted, Hoyland has also had misfortunes of his own making in a lot of these races, and once again he doesn't seem to get going. He only had one mistake on the first lap, and sure, it puts you down in last place, but you'd think he would have maybe caught onto Lebillion or someone like that. You know, when you look at Lebillion's lap times of the 159s, 202s, you know, you'd think Hoyland then would have the pace to have really closed up. IQ then pulling away, by the way, from Paris. The gap, I think, has just gone up by a couple of tenths. Paris just no longer tucked under the bumper and losing quite a bit of time there into the uphill left-hander. Mighty Kid now clear of Frank, so clear track in front of him and using it to good effect to pull away from Ninky. I think Mighty Kid is quids on 3rd in the championship. Although he might even be able to catch Tiddy for 2nd in the championship. I'm not sure though. As Ninky just running a little bit wide through the final corner, but and at 55.3, it's an okay lap time, but you've got to remember he's on the softs. Let's see what times the leaders are doing though. 153.2. So I said IQ had increased his lead slightly. He is 4 tenths faster than Paris on that last lap. I think, as I said, Paris is a very aggressive driver from what I've seen, but IQ, he doesn't let people bully him. He just does his own thing, and this is showing that he's just pulling away. I can see that. I thought I could see a lapped car then, but it was the other side of the track. So we're not lapping anyone. We have got 5 minutes left. I think that will be 2 laps, but it could be 3. Wow, really pushing it on the exit of the bowl there, and that has cost him time. He's had to get out of the accelerator on the exit of the bowl, which has let Paris right up to him. So a rare mistake there for IQ. Got Paris right back on his bumper here, as the Alsace blimp decides to make an appearance on the camera there as well. And Tiddy has managed to get past Carlsberg. Oh, so let's go back and watch. Where did that happen? It was here. Let's go back far enough because, oh, it looks like they were battling each other for quite a while. So let's watch this then. So Carlsberg has gone wide, coming out of out of hairpin number 2. Those soft tyres now will give him an opportunity here on the exit of this right-hander. He's got faster apex speed round the outside, and he's got the inside now into the kink. There's not enough room to get past there though. I'm not sure why he went for that. Lucky to have not taken out Carlsberg there, but then getting a cutback on the power, and before we go into the bowl, he's got the place. Very, I'd say very well driven in the second part. The move into the kink, I don't think really was that wise. Could have gone very wrong. Now he's missed his braking point there and got on the marbles, but he's got away with it because Carlsberg just wasn't close enough to pounce. And again, not using the full width of the track. I've seen it in the first race. I'm going to call him a second time on it here. We've gone back to watch this. So there was missing the apex. They're just too hard and late on the brakes there. But I've noticed this, is look at this, he doesn't get the car over to the right. There's a car's width there. And then it means that he has to get out of the throttle to get the rotation. So just little tips and tricks around here. There are them, and I will I'll comment on other people as well. Let's watch Mighty Kid into turn 1, for example. What's he like into turn 1? So he's taking it down into first gear. I think wasn't really needed for the rotation. I think second gear, roll the car, get the car balanced so that you can pick up the accelerator earlier. I think just not as smooth, but it's still an 8 out of 10. Turning in very early to the apex on this one, sort of V'ing the apex there. I'm not sure that's the way I'd take it, but I haven't tried it, so I don't know. We've seen many people not using the full width of the track through that long left-hander there. Meanwhile, meanwhile, Paris is far behind IQ. Is right next to him. Is right next to him. Let's go back. So, what happens? So, they make it through the kink. Does IQ maybe get it wrong? No, Paris is just going for the dive bomb again. And, I'm just not a fan of that kind of racing. That was from too far back, and he wasn't making the apex without hitting IQ there. Banging doors now, going into the hairpin, and actually Paris has backed out of it, which, he's backed out of it, but IQ then at the same time went wide, and they end up as a net next to each other again. Now this, I would be nervous at this point because is Paris going to make a late dive down the hill? No, he knows that one's not a opportunity, but he does seem a very spicy driver, let's say, a Vindaloo of curries for Paris. Spicy Greek sausage. He is giving IQ a hard time here, so IQ's definitely not got this one in the bag. He has got the fastest lap, and I don't think anyone's going to beat that at this stage now that the tyres are getting worn. And it makes me wonder, has IQ practiced on worn tyres? Is he still able to get the car where he wants it? It gets more difficult as the race goes on. Good line there, using the full width of the track. I like to see that, and again using the full width on the exit as well. So this is more like the drive of someone who should be winning the race. You know, just to contrast it to what we were seeing further down the field. Mighty Kid, best be hoping this is the last lap. Well, hang on, we've got 20 seconds left, so yes, it will be the last lap. Lucky, because very low on fuel. Tiddy has managed to get past Carlsberg, as we said, but there's no time for him to get past Ninky. Let's look further down. So Frank never really managed to get anywhere. Let's just see as Paris has backed out now. He's also starting to run out of fuel as well. He was right on the limit with the fuel there. Sorry to doubt that, but yeah, he was basically fueling it right to the flag. IQ wins the race. Congratulations, flashing his lights. Paris in second, and Mighty Kid is going to bring it home in third. Ninky holding on to those tyres. Those tyres look absolutely dead, but so are Tiddy's. And you know what? This has actually given the guys behind a chance to catch up. And Stealth and Carlsberg going for it into the final corner. And Stealth gets Carlsberg out of the final turn. Wow, what a finish. As Frank brings in 8th place. We've got a bit of a gap then back to Pudding Flaps in 9th. Oh, and talking of bad tyres, look at Shushu's tyres. Cannot turn left. Farrick then down in 11th, and he's ran out of fuel. He's doing 50 miles an hour with an empty tank of fuel. Hoyland managed to get himself past Labillion, and I'm going to add Rufus to the club of drivers who lose their head. I think we're going to call it the Henry VIII club for people who, well, Henry didn't lose his head, did he? Henry's wives. Right, he's auditioning to become one of Henry VIII's wives for losing his head, same as Hoyland as well, because I would have expected a driver of Rufus's caliber to come through the field. You know, when you see a driver putting it in second in qualifying, and he's treated us to a reverse grid. This is literally what he's misunderstood what reverse grid means, hasn't he? I don't think there's any rule against doing that. And a nice J-turn at the end as well. He must have known that we was watching. There you go, that's your result. So we've only got a few more rounds left. I will catch up with the videos soon, and we'll find out who's going to be our champion. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.